Your lungs could be in serious trouble, and the worst part, you may not even realize it. Early symptoms of lung issues are sneaky, easy to miss, and if left unchecked can lead to lifelong problems. And in today's video, we'll cover exactly what symptoms you need to watch for to keep your lungs healthy. And make sure to stay until the end, because we'll share 2 life-changing tips that could make all the difference for your lung health. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button before diving in. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Symptom number 1, persistent coughing. Coughing is very common. Most of us have and will have episodes of lingering cough throughout our lives. But it can also be a symptom of many different medical conditions. A persistent cough is a cough that lasts for weeks. It's more than just an annoyance. A persistent cough can interrupt your sleep and leave you feeling exhausted. There can be many different reasons for having a persistent cough. However, it's one of the most common symptoms of lung cancer and other lung diseases. A cough can vary from one person to another and may be dry or moist. If you have a persistent cough for more than 3 weeks, especially if it's a dry one, nagging cough, it's important to talk to your doctor. Symptom number 2, shortness of breath. Do you find yourself gasping for air after mild activities, like climbing a few stairs or taking a quick walk? This is a big one. If you feel short of breath, even when you're not exerting yourself, your lungs could be struggling to get enough oxygen. This can be a sign of early-stage COPD or other chronic lung diseases. Don't wait until it gets worse. Pay attention to how you're breathing every day. Symptom number 3, wheezing or noisy breathing. Let's talk about a symptom that's easy to miss but important to catch: wheezing. Ever heard that strange high-pitched whistling sound when you breathe? If you've noticed it, even faintly, it could be a sign your lungs are working harder than they should be. Wheezing is often most noticeable when you breathe out, and it's caused by something restricting the airflow in your lungs, like an inflammation or narrowed airways. Now, we know that you might be thinking, isn't wheezing just a normal thing if I have allergies or a cold? Yes, wheezing can sometimes be related to temporary issues like allergies or infections. But if it happens consistently, don't brush it off. Persistent wheezing is often connected to chronic conditions like asthma, COPD, or even early signs of lung disease. And yes, that includes serious issues like lung cancer. Symptom number 4, chest pain or discomfort. Another symptom that we can't skip is chest pain. Any strange feeling in your chest, whether it's a tight squeeze or dull heaviness, or a sharp jab, is worth paying attention to. It's easy to think chest pain is no big deal or something that will just go away. But the truth is, pain in the chest area can be a warning sign of inflammation or even an infection in your lungs. Now let's take a look at some of the lung issues that could be behind the pain. Pulmonary embolism. This is when a blood clot gets stuck in a lung artery, blocking blood flow to your lungs. It's as serious as it sounds, and it can cause sharp pain, breathlessness, and a sense of panic. Pleurisy. Ever felt a stabbing pain in your chest that gets worse when you breathe in? That could be pleurisy, which is inflammation of the lining around your lungs. Every breath can make the pain feel sharper, like your lungs are catching on something. Collapsed lungs. Imagine one of your lungs deflating like a pop balloon. That's pretty much what happens with a collapsed lung. Air leaks into the space between the lung and chest wall, causing intense pain that usually hits out of nowhere and leaves you feeling winded. Pulmonary hypertension. This is high blood pressure in the arteries that carry blood to your lungs. It can lead to chest pain and make every breath feel like a struggle. If chest pains last for weeks, gets worse when you breathe in or cough, or leaves you feeling breathless, get it checked out. Symptom number 5, coughing up blood. Coughing up blood can be alarming, and it's definitely not something to ignore. If you notice blood in your cough or see frothy, blood-streaked mucus, it could be coming from your lungs or upper respiratory tract. Blood that comes from the lungs or respiratory tract often looks bubbly. This is because it's being mixed with air and mucus in the lungs as it moves through the airways. No matter where the blood is coming from, it's a sign that something isn't right. It could be anything from an infection, a lung condition, or even something more serious. That's why it's so important to reach out to a doctor immediately if this happens. Symptom number 6, fatigue. We've all felt tired at some point, the kind of tired that comes after a long day, a sleepless night, or a busy week. Usually, a good night's sleep fixes it all. But what happens when tiredness turns into something more persistent, something that doesn't go away after rest? That's what we call fatigue. Fatigue is more than just being tired. It's that constant, overwhelming exhaustion that doesn't seem to improve, no matter how much sleep you get. Imagine trying to go about your day, but your energy is so low that even simple tasks like taking a shower or cooking dinner feel like a huge task. It can affect your mind too, making it hard to concentrate, remember things, or even stay alert. Fatigue is a common symptom of lung disease, and while it can happen for other reasons, it's a sign that something might be off with your body. While your lungs aren't working well as they should, your body doesn't get the oxygen it needs, and that leaves you feeling drained all the time. If you've been feeling fatigued for a while and it's affecting your daily life, it's really important that you talk to a doctor. Catching it early could help you find the cause and get right to the treatment to feel better. Number 7, weight loss. Losing weight might seem like a good thing at first, but if it's happening without you even trying, it can actually be a sign of something serious. Unintentional weight loss can point to underlying health issues, especially with your lungs. Conditions like lung cancer or severe COPD can lead to sudden weight loss. Sometimes the disease itself causes a lack of appetite, making it hard to eat or enjoy food. Other times, symptoms like nausea, difficulty swallowing, breathlessness, or even low mood can take away the desire to eat. As a result, the pounds start dropping, but not in a healthy way. Symptom 8, swollen ankles and feet. This can actually be tied to lung issues. When your lungs aren't functioning well, it can lead to poor blood circulation and fluid starts to build up, especially in the lower parts of your body. Edema is often a sign of advancing disease, and it's particularly prevalent with those with end-stage COPD. So if you're seeing signs along with the others that we've talked about so far, it's time to pay attention. Symptom number 9, frequent respiratory infections. Frequent respiratory infections such as cold, the flu, and even pneumonia might actually be a signal from your lungs telling you that something is very off. A chest infection happens when your lungs get infected. If the infection makes its way into the tiny air sacs of the lungs, the alveoli, that is pneumonia. On the other hand, if it is in the bigger airways called the bronchi, that's bronchitis. Ever felt that tight chest feeling, like you can't quite get enough air? That's because these infections cause the airways to swell up and get clogged with mucus or even pus, making it harder to breathe. Number 10, mucus production. Mucus, also known as sputum or phlegm, is your body's natural defense system working to protect you. It's produced by the airways to trap and clear out infections, allergens, or irritants like dust or smoke. Think of it as your lungs' way of fighting off invaders and keeping everything clean. Now, a little bit of mucus here and there, totally normal. We all get it, especially when we're sick or exposed to something that bothers our lungs. But if you notice that you're coughing up more of it, especially if it sticks around for a month or longer, it could be a sign of something more serious, like a chronic respiratory condition. Conditions like COPD or bronchitis can cause this kind of long-term mucus buildup. So, if you're dealing with this thick, persistent mucus day after day, don't ignore it. Take it as a sign to reach out to your doctor. And as promised, here are 2 valuable tips that can help you improve your lung health. Practice deep breathing exercises. These breathing exercises can improve your lung capacity, improve oxygen intake, and keep your lungs stronger. Second, consider adding antioxidant-rich foods to your diet like berries, leafy greens, and nuts. Antioxidants help fight inflammation and keep your lungs in good condition. Remember, your lungs work tirelessly for you, so let's start paying them back with some care. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit from it too. And tell us in the comments what surprised you the most about lung health. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you're missing the warning signs of heart disease, these 5 clues could save your life. Watch now before it's too late.